Good evening. I'm Professor Spaz. Quick disclaimer statement, not actually a professor, but when it comes to old school hip hop, I play one in real life. So, I've been lucky to have a lot of friends, and it's nice to have friends occasionally compliment you. But today, we are going to discuss a song about a friend complimenting his friend, but complimenting is really putting it lightly. And this is an epic, and it's based on the romantic prowess of KRS-One's DJ. His skills with the ladies are not okay, so-so, or even pretty good. They're super. And thus, he is awarded the prestigious title of Superho. Now this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, also known as edutainment. So please do not attempt to reenact any of these following escapades at home. Our tale begins with the subject of our story, and he calls KRS-One on the phone one day to simply update him regarding a romantic evening that took place at one of my favorite establishments, Latin Quarters. Okay, so let us discuss the conversation. The call begins, "Yo, Chris, I really knocked the boots on those two big butt females last night." KRS-One replies, "Yes." And Scott replies, "Yeah, man. I'm on my way down to Latin Quarter right now to find two more freaks." KRS-One confirms, "Word?" So I have a problem with this because Scott is rubbing it in our faces that he not only had intercourse with one voluptuous and sexually adventurous woman, but two. Then he becomes greedy and wants two more. It would have been nice if Scott could just settle down and find himself a nice young lady. But that's for regular Joe Schmoes like you and me. As declared in the song, Mr. LaRock had them all. He is a superho. So, according to the song, that the superho is loose in your section, and he's armed with a powerful erection. So he instructs at this time to go grab your girl and run for protection. Your mama, too, because I like to mention. KRS-One alerts us to the fact that the superho is loose in our section, and he's armed with a powerful erection. That just gets funnier and funnier. I just can't stop laughing at that. He then implores us to take measures to protect our girlfriends and our mothers. So how does one go about doing that? How does one approach their mother and tell her that she has to run for protection because a superho is on the loose? If anyone has ever had that conversation with their mom, leave a comment and let me know how that worked out for you. So he doesn't argue with a girl. Yes, he has others, and he keeps updated on all kind of rubbers. Got ones that are lambskin, others that are plastic. One day, he will open a school for prophylactics. Imagine that. Up in Rochester, on DKX, WDKX, now DK Sex. So interesting that the radio station actually changed their name. WDKX's ratings were lagging for many years, but after a visit from an honest-to-goodness superho, their marketing department came up with a brilliant idea of changing the radio station's call signal from WDKX to WDK Sex, and ratings went through the roof. Soon after, other Rochester radio stations started to replicate their success by changing their call signals to names such as W Hubba Hubba and WSHAG. So if you're ever traveling through the Upstate New York area and you hear a radio station with a name like W Boing, you can thank the superho for all that. Yep, true story. They proceed to speak about how they were interviewed live on the air, and every girl in the city, Scott had an affair. KM and the AM had asked his last question. But Scott LaRock said, "Wait, I gotta mention. The fact that I'm single, I like to mingle. And one more time, bust the fresh jingle. With Scott having had an affair with every girl in the city, the word probably got around that he was single and liked to mingle. But a superho's work never ends, always on the job. Yeah, must be nice. The lyrics continue such as, in the field of music, I'll always pass by. Girls that claim to act too fly. They always act like it's all about them or their friends. But according to Scott, they all like to bend. So what I would like to know is, they all like to bend what? Is Karis referring to those 80s aerobicize, the dance craze, bendy straws, bending iron bars as a feat of strength? What exactly is he talking about bending there? Interesting choice of words. Now, many people have their ways of expressing what they do best. For Scott, it's undressing. Yes, either a girl or some date for the night. Oh God, I don't even want to read this. He doesn't want to hear that you're too tight. So do not think that Scott LaRock is mean. It's not his fault. He will give you Vaseline. And they say that chivalry's dead. So all you tramps and hoes, raise your hand, because Scott LaRock, the super hoe, he understands. And isn't that the key to a woman's heart? To have a man take the time, care to understand all you tramps and hoes. If you're a guy, we'll talk about hanging. And if you're a girl, he'll talk about banging. If your mom calls up, well, I don't know, but he is the super hoe. Scott LaRock had them all. He is the super hoe. Yes, Scott LaRock, he had them all. And why wouldn't he have? He was a great conversationalist, whether the topic was hanging, banging, or whatever your mother might want to discuss with a super hoe. So he understood tramps and hoes, was always ready with a jar of Vaseline, and was a professor of prophylactics. Thank you so much for joining us, but now we must pivot and discuss a more serious topic. Check out our next lesson as we explore the heated and controversial social stigma of sucker MCs. Thanks for coming out. God bless and good night.